back to Connor's weekly. Oh my gosh, weekly, more like yearly, but we're getting there. Okay, I was gonna film this last week, but I had a COVID-19 scare, and but I don't have it. It was just a really bad cold or something like that, but I'm feeling better this week. Still a little stuffy, but you know, we'll get through this. And I really wanted to react to this with you guys because I saw another YouTuber do this. His name is Matt Bernstein, I don't know. But yeah, this is inspired by his video that I saw. I don't know who else has done this, but his video was so funny. So thanks for the inspiration, Matt. Love you. So yeah, so if you don't know what the Republican National Convention is, essentially it is where a bunch of Republican lawmakers and supporters come and give speeches to hype up the Republican nominee for president, which is Trump, who is the incumbent. So yeah, there's also a Democratic National Convention, but I don't know if you guys want me to react to that one. Just let me know, because I would agree a lot more with the Democratic one, so it might not be as funny. Okay guys, so I put on a red lip real quick just to kind of feel my Republican red fantasy. Ew! Cause... 4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years! 4 more years!
From a global pandemic to the deaths of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor, 2020 has tested our nation in ways we haven't seen for decades.
I agree with that. Thank God, Tim Scott. I think this is our senator, right? For South Carolina? And then Nikki Haley is about to come up, which is the old governor.
There's one thing I've learned. It's that even on our worst day, we are blessed to live in America.
America is the greatest country on earth, but my father's entire worldview revolves around the idea that we can always do even better. This election is about who can preserve the...
When are we gonna start?
...values, principles, and institutions that make America great.
This president has a record of strength and success. The former vice president has a record of weakness and failure.
Joe Biden is basically the Loch Ness...
Hold on. Wait, okay, so Trump is strong and strength is something else, and Joe Biden is weak. I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know how to respond to saying that Trump is the strong one, but Biden is the weak one. Like, come on, like, what's your backup to that, girl?
Joe Biden is basically the Loch Ness Monster of the swamp. For the past half century, he's been lurking around in there. Look.
He is a Loch Ness Monster of the swamp. Okay, he is a monster. Okay, if he's the Loch Ness Monster, then what's Trump? Like a great white shark? Like something that's actually real and gonna kill you?
What he already did and what he didn't do while he's been in Washington for 47 years.
America, it's all on the line. President Trump believes in you. He emancipates and lifts you up to live your American dream.
He knows.
Where? He believes in me. Thank you for believing in me. You know, that's the nicest thing you've probably ever said, and he didn't even say it.
That political correctness and cancel culture are dangerous and just plain wrong.
You cannot...
So, cancel culture and political correctness are wrong. Okay, so I understand where she's coming from, cancel culture, but I watched a little bit of this earlier, not this video, but there was a kid and he went to a Native American march and he was like making fun of them and like terrorizing these poor like Indian or Native American people. And
amid the commotion, some of the boys making what appears to be a derogatory tomahawk motion. Mocking chants could also be heard. The student school condemning their conduct, mulling disciplinary action, including expulsion. Sandman becoming the focal point in the online feeding frenzy. Now saying
he was held accountable for literally harassing someone for doing nothing, for just marching, and so the Republicans were like, that's wrong, and that's cancel culture. When I think of cancel culture, I think of like YouTube, like somebody says a bad word, like, you know, that we shouldn't say, or somebody does something not right and so they're canceled. And I think that's good that we hold people accountable, but like, what are they talking about? And then she said political correctness is dangerous. I think it's way safer than using words that can incite violence against minorities like he has done. So it's definitely safer. And also I think political correctness comes from a place of respect. And I don't believe that respect is dangerous.
You cannot cancel a culture that loves its heroes.
Hold on. Who is this? I don't know what to say. Wait, he said you can't cancel a culture. That's not what it is, buddy. It's not, it's called cancel culture because that's what the culture is doing. Not because that's what, we're not canceling people's culture. I mean, that might be what Trump's trying to do, but that's not what cancel culture is. Like, what is wrong with these people? I need help.
In order to improve in the future, we must learn from our past, not erase it.
We don't.
I want to know what he means by that. He said in order to something about our future, we have to remember our past and not erase it. That sounds like an argument that I hear a lot for the Confederate flag debate, and I don't know if that's what he's talking about, and I really don't want to get into that right now, but that's a pretty poor argument about the Confederate flag, because yes, it's history, but there's also a lot of history that people would say, oh my God, we should not talk about that. So pretty poor argument. Sorry. Is that Don Jr.? I don't know. I don't care. I just know his beard looks terrible.
We don't give in to cancel culture or the radical and factually baseless belief that things are worse today than in the 1860s or the 1960s. Okay, so I kind of agree with that a little bit. Okay, so hear me out. Don't cancel me. I'm not even like someone, so how would you cancel someone who's, okay, anyways. Basically, like, yes, some things are better than they used to be, okay? Like, Black people and people of color are able to use, you know, the same restrooms as us and go to the same schools as us and stuff. But just because it's a little bit better doesn't mean that we stop trying. And that's kind of why I'm confused. Like, there's some things that are better and there's some things that aren't better. Climate change and things like that, the environment are way worse than they were back in the 1960s, 1860s, because we have more people on the earth and we also have more technology that is emitting gas and contributing to things like that. So some things are better, some things are worse. That's why we always have to keep working. But he's saying that it's better, so stop.
In much of the Democratic Party, it's now fashionable to say that America is racist. That is a lie. America is not a racist country.
Fucking dumbass!
Did I hear that? Hold on. I'm gonna throw up. Oh my God. Girl. I'm shook. America is a racist country, Nikki Haley. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and quite frankly, I think you're a dumbass to think that.
Dumbass!
That's insane. America's not a racist country. We were literally built by racist people. The founders were racist. The founders had slaves.
President Trump is the law and order president.
Democrats.
Except he broke the law. Except he was impeached by the House of Representatives. Like, he wasn't convicted, but he was still impeached. And he broke the law. Like, girl, he's the law and order president. But he broke the law?
Let you go to church, but they'll let you protest. Democrats won't let you go to work, but they'll let you riot.
They'll disarm you. prisons, lock you in your home, and invite MS-13 to live next door.
Oh my God. Okay, so I don't understand where these people are getting this stuff from. It's completely false. Completely false. Comes from nothing but lies.
She won't let me talk.
Bitch.
I'm psychotic. I'm psychotic. Your daughter is a liar, and you are the bitch.
Can we just?
Like, what? It's just, I can't fathom it in my brain. When I did watch the DNC, it wasn't like this. Like, these people are angry, and these people are liars, and it's just like, I don't understand.
The left wants to defund the police. This is personal to me. I wouldn't be here without the bravery and heroism of the men and women in law enforcement who saved my life.
Okay, good story. I'm glad they saved your life, but you know, they're not saving other people's lives that are dying, particularly black people who weren't even doing anything. Listen, I think police are essential. Okay, we have to have police. However, defunding the police is not what the Republicans are making it. That's not what it is, okay? Defunding the police is basically taking away money that are used towards certain things and putting it towards another thing to help out the system completely. So it's not like taking away all their money and ending police. That's not what it is. We need police reform in this country, obviously, okay? Because things aren't going the way they're supposed to go. And when that happens, you change it. So I don't understand. Maybe because it's benefiting people like you, a white, older man, straight, I think, you know, like people who live in a society that benefits them don't necessarily think about things like this. I'm not saying they don't stand up for it, because there's plenty of allies that stand up for things like this, but
What happened to George Floyd is a disgrace, and if you know a police officer, you know they agree with that too.
some of them.
But we cannot lose sight of the fact that our police are American heroes.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris want a cultural revolution, a fundamentally different America. This isn't a
Yes. I don't understand why he's saying that in such like a negative way. Obviously, America isn't working for a good amount of people, okay? We have a problem with something, we fix it. We don't run away from our issues, which is what they want us to do, because then they know they'll be able to keep it the way it is. And cultural reform is something that we've needed for years and years and years. And if it wasn't if we didn't have things like that in the past, we wouldn't be where we are today. Civil rights movement was a cultural reform, okay? So we need things like this in our society to change things up, because it's not working. It's obviously not working.
between a party that wants to burn down the foundations of our country to the ground and a party that wants to rebuild and protect our great nation.
It's not about burning down the foundations of the country. The country is already founded. We can't go back and change how it was founded or things like that. But we can change where it doesn't help certain people, if that makes sense. So I don't know what he's talking about at all.
These radicals are not content with marching in the streets. They want to walk the halls of Congress. They want to take over. They want power. This is Joe Biden's party.
And the Republican Party is Trump's party, okay? You cannot tell me, okay, I've had a debate with a lot of people, and I'm probably gonna get hate in the comments before this, but I truly, truly do not care, okay? Because it's a fact if you look at history. Trump is not a Republican, okay? He says he's a Republican. He's obviously on the Republican ticket. He might even be a Republican now, okay? But back throughout the years, the 90s and even early 2000s, he supported liberal policies, okay? And he has this whole trade war with China that I don't know if it's still going on. They don't talk about it anymore. But even when it was going on, it almost ruined our economy because of it. Back in December of 2018, Trump used to be pro-choice. He's definitely changed up on a lot of things. And so this isn't really necessarily the Republican Party anymore. It's really the Trump Party. And, you know, we've had so many Republicans stand out and say, this is not the party that I belong to. I belong to the conservative party. I don't belong to the Republican or the Trump party, okay? Cindy McCain, for example, The wife of late husband John McCain said, I endorse Joe Biden. Because we can't function like this. No matter what side you are on, we're still way more divided than we have ever been.
We seek a nation that rises together, not falls apart in anarchy and anger.
That's what's happening right now, Nikki Haley. The country is falling apart, okay? Because when we have a president up in the White House who says things that are racist, says things that are homophobic, and even makes policies about them, and you can have this argument down in the comments, I really don't care. People are like, Trump isn't racist, he hasn't said anything racist. I will give you a whole list if you want me to. I will make a whole video on that. Trump is racist. He has said so many racist things, okay? Literally, like when you call a virus the Kung virus, like how, or the Kung flu, it's ignorance. It's ignorance. And
this election is between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. It is not solely about Donald Trump.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
It's about the promise of America.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
Damn, bitch. Wow. She's really, she's acting like she just snorted 50 lines of crack. I have lost all energy and hope for the country. No, I do not have the energy and I do not have the will power to watch something this stupid, okay? To watch something this false. And, yeah. So, thank you guys for watching. If you want to see me react to the DNC, you can let me know. I mean, it's not going to be as fun. And if you have any questions or comments, just let me know down below. Please subscribe and like this video if you liked it. Until next time, guys. Bye.